So again, thank you so much for asking me about the program I'm going to lead. I truly appreciate this opportunity for me to talk more about it. But I also know that you are launching a very fascinating program for security professionals. So why you just tell a little more about your own program as well?
Yeah, thank you, Salvega. So, yes, that's true. I'm launching an online program and in person as well. But the online program is at fortifyyourfuture.com. And you're correct. It's really the target for students or those that are interested in learning about this information is for safety and security professionals, those individuals that are, currently supervisors, managers, they have aspirations of continuing a leadership program. And so the idea is that we've created an 8 module program to really kick it off and start it, sort of an accelerator program for security leadership. And so we talk about a number of things in the 8 modules, but all those things that today I think are important to understand. And this is based upon the last several years of presentations that I've been giving at GSX. It started with security leaders to business leaders. And so the point of it is really understanding that we need to do things differently. We need to think a little bit differently about how we approach the safety and security function. And so oftentimes we don't incorporate things like business acumen, right? Understanding the business. And when you really start looking at why that's important, it's really a situation where we need to really understand the why of what we're doing. We spend a lot of time thinking about what in terms of, the various functions of safety and security. But we need to really understand the why, right? Why are we there? And really understanding and getting to the heart of that. And we have to go beyond sort of risk mitigation. We have to think about how are we helping the business grow and how do we enable business rather than looking at our work and what we do in the safety and security space as being enforcers of policy. We need to change the way we approach that. So the content that I've developed is based upon, my experience of over 25 years in the industry, things that have worked to my advantage that allowed me to continue to expand and get into leadership roles. I've been fortunate enough to be a senior manager, to be a director, to be a president of a company. And these are all the various tools that I've developed and have applied and used over the course of my career to make it successful. And what's important is that you need to really understand things at a basic level. And what I like to say is models and mentors. And so in our conversation about mentors, that really hit home because that's a core component of why, we need to sort of modify what we're doing because mentorship is so important. And models are important because they help you scale. Oftentimes we approach things and we don't understand. We've got limited resources as a safety and security function. We're always one of those organizations that unfortunately is limited as to budgets. And when things get challenging, we're the first to get cut, like HR, as a matter of fact. And so we have to learn, how do we do more with less? And so you have to understand how to effectively use models and when to apply them. And so that's, critical and important. And we also have to be empathetic with the people that we're our stakeholders. Often in our industry in safety and security, we tend to talk in sort of law enforcement speak, or we talk about things in acronyms like the government or military. And we need to start understanding that we need to communicate the corporate language. And so there's information and content in there that helps us understand what we need to do in order to make sure that we're communicating effectively with our stakeholders in our organizations and the leadership so that everyone understands and is on same message. And so alignment becomes really critical and important. And so aligning to the business, that's really important in terms of what we're doing. We shouldn't be, in a silo doing our own thing. The goals that we establish for ourselves should be in alignment with the business goals. So those are all the things that, we touch base on and help people learn how to develop, those skills. And so they're better prepared as they continue to move up what we used to call the proverbial corporate ladder, which really doesn't exist anymore. It's really about a career story now. And so it's understanding, hey, what do we need to do in order to continue to develop that story in the various chapters. But the idea is that we need to look at things from the standpoint of, what is it going to take for me to get from where I'm at now to a leadership role? If that's your goal, then this is the course for you.
Thank you so much. And it seems like it's a really good course, and you're like a perfect person to lead it because just from the conversations I have, I'm already learning a lot. And so, yeah, thank you for sharing with audience. And also, it seems the course is relevant not only for the security, because the things that you cover, every leader should know and take into consideration. So, thank you so much again, and for this opportunity, and see you the next time.
Thank you so much, Salvega. It was great having you on.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.